Hey, welcome to Sporting Dog Adventures. We're in southern Louisiana. We're about 2 hours southwest of New Orleans, right on the Gulf. We're getting ready to go on a teal hunt, and then we're going to do a little red fishing. Kate, we got you up at 3 a.m. Are you excited? You aren't going to answer. She is excited, trust me. We're going to head out. It's early teal season. This is the last weekend, so we're going to do a little hunt this morning, and then we're going to go try to get on some redfish. What are you more excited about, the ducks or the fish?
The fish.
You ready to catch big redfish?
Any fish.
So it should be a great show. I hope you guys enjoy our high-flying adventures coming up.
Hey, pretty mama, go and grab the scattergun. Ramo's looking like he's got one more good run. His hips are a little shaky, but his heart's still true. Oh, how that dog loves hunting with me and you. Sporting Dog Adventures, run, boy, run. Everything you need is here under the sun. Everything you need is here under the sun.
Sporting Dog Adventures is brought to you by Cabela's, Heavy Shot, Hadel's Game Calls, Conquest Scent Sticks, High-Vis, Liberty Safe, Headwater Seat Covers, Mr. Lid, Mobile Strong, Paw Print Genetics, the Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks and Tourism, Vanishing Paradise, Pheasants Forever, and Soggy Acres Retrievers. It was an early September morning, too early for some. We were hunting with Captain Rene Dandry and his dog Maddie, Kelly Hadel, and my friend Kevin Turner. Maddie was our dog for the day due to her extensive experience hunting in the Louisiana Delta. It was an interesting trip to our ultimate destination as we traveled down the mighty Mississippi, through shipping lanes, using landmarks in the dark to find our way, and ultimately set up in the shadow of a large refinery and waited for first light. Oh, out front, out front. Good shot, I missed him the first time. Here's another one, here's another one. She's got two birds. She's got both. Oh, they were hauling.
Maddie is 5 years old. She had heartworms this year, so this is her second hunt. And as you can tell, she's very excited to be out here.
All right, Kate, what do you think of the weather in Louisiana?
It's amazing. It's the first hunt that I've been on that I didn't freeze my off.
Wow, I don't think you could say that word on our show, can you?
I don't know if I'm allowed to.
I think it's gonna have to get
It's the first show, or the first hunt I did not freeze my butt off on. The very first one. Probably the last one, unless I go back to Louisiana.
Good girl.
four. Maddie was getting it done on this hunt. She even performed double retrieves, bringing in 2 birds at once on several occasions. It was a joy watching her work in the Delta.
Good girl.
Renee, that's pretty cool. Your dog's efficient. Get a bunch of birds down, she grabs 2 at once for us.
Yeah, she started doing that a few years ago, and I tried to break her of it, but I don't know if she's just too lazy to make a few more trips or what.
No, she just wants the hunt to be good. She
Right,
wants all those
right.
birds to get in, get ready, and get the next bunch.
That's it.
Captain Renee, we had a pretty good morning.
Damn good morning.
You know, the only one that's disappointed that we're heading out right now is the dog. If you look at her, she's just ready to
Oh
go.
yeah, she loves it. She loves it.
Well, that's the end of morning number 1. We're gonna go out tomorrow morning. Hopefully we'll have the same amount of birds, put a lot on the water. Right now, we gotta go back, get cleaned up. It's time to go fishing. Stay tuned for more high flying adventures after this. This segment of Sporting Dog Adventures is brought to you by Conquest Scent Sticks and these fine sponsors.
Hi, I'm Kelly Haydell with Haydell's Game Calls. What I'd like to talk about today is cleaning a duck call in the field. Lots of times early in the morning, you're drinking coffee, eating donuts, different types of snacks, and food particles and sugar will get on the reeds of a duck call. That will cause the duck call to stick. One of the things that you can do to eliminate this problem is to simply take the blowing barrel off of the call, exposing the reeds of the call. Simply take a dollar bill. There's moisture in the call already from you blowing on the call. What you're gonna do is lift the reeds off of the sound tunnel. Place the dollar bill in between there, press down and pull. That is gonna wipe out the sugar and food particles between the reed and the sound tunnel. If it is a double reeded call, you want to separate the top reed from the bottom reed and do the same thing just like that again. Wipe that clean, and that's going to keep your duck call functioning the right way. That's how you keep your duck call in good working order. Now let's get back to the hunt.
Hey, welcome back to Sporting Dog Adventures. Kate, we're going out red fishing. You
About
excited?
time. Yes.
You're in a big hurry for us to get done duck hunting because you really wanted to fish.
We got plenty of ducks. We're good on ducks.
All right, Kate loves fishing, so we're gonna go out and get on the fish. Now on our trip out, I think it was kind of scary. You've got these huge ships and you have to actually duck behind break walls because just their wake would swamp the boat.
It was very impressive. I love boats, probably more than anything in the entire world, so I liked seeing them, but yeah, it was dangerous. You didn't want to mess around with those guys.
Well, we're in Grand Pass in Venice, Louisiana, and this time of year, all the fish move out of the bays and kind of come into these passes, and where the water's coming in and out of the marsh, it holds a lot of food. So what we're going to be doing is casting along these canes, and the current's always moving pretty good, so your cork's going to move fast. And whenever that cork gets to that spot, I mean, it's usually every drop you'll start catching fish.
We were using shrimp as bait. We caught several small redfish with Kevin Turner getting the first keeper on the boat. That started what we could call a small friendly rivalry for the rest of the trip. We're gonna outfish Kevin Turner.
There are certain times of the day where the fish are going to be positioning either in shallow water up on a shelf or off the shelf, off on a ledge, and it has a lot to do with the tide and then also the type of bait that are in the area. So a good place to position is in these cuts, and it really allows the redfish to ambush all that prey.
Once the tide started to move, the fish were more active. It became non-stop fun, action, and we saw many different types of fish. Ultimately, who won the fishing competition?
Well, on quantity, I don't remember, but I had the biggest redfish.
Yeah, we saw a lot of different fish.
Yeah, the diversity there was incredible.
My grandma used to call them mother-in-law fish. She said the sheephead had teeth like a mother-in-law. They using the crunch on barnacles.
Kate, as a side note, how's Kevin faring in the fishing competition?
Well, he caught the first one, but then he didn't.
Do they call that from hero to zero?
I don't know. Kevin's a sweetie, but he didn't have much luck after the first one.
Everybody else is catching fish, and you see what this guy is doing here. Looky here. Once again, he's not fishing.
Kevin's hooked up.
Crab, might be a fish.
Wow, Kevin got his second keeper.
Well, the bite turned off, Kate, but we're going to teal hunt tomorrow. Hopefully we see as many as we did today.
Hopefully we'll see more groups.
Yeah, more of those big groups. What do you think of Louisiana?
They have a lot of boats. Thank God.
Stay tuned for more high flying adventures. This segment of Sporting Dog Adventures is brought to you by these fine sponsors. It was day 2, and we were again set up for a morning hunt. We had high hopes and were brimming with confidence that the birds would again fill the air. Took me 3 shots to kill the one. Think he's dead?
Good girl, here.
The still air, combined with an early start, and coupled with not many birds working, made it a challenge to stay awake at times. Kelly tried to change our luck by moving around our decoys. You want to light him this time? What do we get, 2 or 3?
3.
3? Good. Now on that group of 5 birds, they were like right there. I think we probably could hit them with some badminton rackets.
A stick.
A stick.
The one Kevin caught.
Pick it up. See your dunk it?
Yeah.
See your dunk
Yeah.
it? Wash it off.
They're in your face, right?
Right.
Got him. Hurt yourself? Birds tried to stay low on the deck and sneak in, but they were no match for our sharp shooting and great dog work. We had some birds land in what Captain Renee called duck potato to our right. We kept an eye on them until they got back up and they offered us a shot. Well, the bad part for Kelly, who has waders on, is the dog didn't see it go down, so Kelly's got to go play director over there, go get the bird. Hey, that's why you need to have a good dog. You come out here with the vegetation and everything, there's no way when you drop a bird that you'd be able to find it. Well, not no way, but it'd be very hard. But she did a really nice job on that. And now it's time for this week's Conservation Corner, presented by Vanishing Paradise.
The Mississippi River Delta, which is home to a sportsman's paradise of hunting and fishing opportunities, is losing land at an alarming rate. The good news is that solutions do exist, and we can restore Louisiana's coast. The state of Louisiana has a visionary 50-year plan that can stop this coastal crisis, reverse the land loss trend, and build land for the first time in decades. This coastal master plan uses the best available science and lays out a suite of restoration solutions that build and sustain coastal wetlands, including projects that use sediment from the river in strategic places to create new land. Learn more about how we can reconnect the river with its wetlands and rebuild the delta's marshes, wetlands, cypress forests, and barrier islands to save this vanishing paradise. Find out how you can help at vanishingparadise.org.
Coming up on Sporting Dog Adventures, we wrap up our hunt with the Louisiana Delta Outfitters.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for your chance to win a puppy from Soggy Acres Retrievers and other great prizes from our sponsors.
Sporting Dog Adventures is brought to you by Cabela's, Heavy Shot, Hadel's Game Calls, Conquest Scent Sticks, Hi-Vis, Liberty Safe, Headwater Seat Covers, Mr. Lid, Mobile Strong, Paw Print Genetics, the Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks and Tourism, Vanishing Paradise, Pheasants Forever, and Soggy Acres Retrievers. This product review is brought to you by the Outdoor Hub. I don't know if you've had the problem multiple times when you're in the blind, you go to grab your cardboard box, it falls right apart. It got wet, it got damaged, and now you don't have it. You're walking around with your shells in a plastic bag. This is a Mr. Lid shotgun shell holder. Pretty simple device. It's great because you can take your shells and you can put them right into the box, close it up, and it'll keep you organized. Now, if you want to remove your cardboard box, what you can do is something called a tip and transfer. And this is cool. Put the box in like that, simply tip it, pull the box out. Now you have your shells all contained. It's going to hold them and keep them safe. The Mr. Lid has smooth corners and edges that will not catch on your vest or jacket. Inside on the bottom of the Mr. Lid has a scallop design that will hold your shells in place. Don't carry your shells in a supermarket bag. Get yourself a Mr. Lid. It'll keep you organized, protects your shells so they don't get rusty, helps you in the field. Nice shot. It was clear that Maddie was an experienced dog. She did a great job, and we never lost a bird.
Here.
With our third bird down, Kelly hit the water in hot pursuit. This next part looked more like an upland hunt. Kelly, you are a multi-talented man. Bring your bird back. We watched you flush it, shoot it, and the retrieve.
I can run a camera too if I need to. Here's the flower in the seed pod from the duck potato that we've been talking about that these birds eat so much of. And the geese will actually take and pull the entire plant up, and this is what they're after. This is the tuber that they're going to end up eating. And you'll go into areas, to ponds, that have this just pulled up everywhere, and you know that birds have been feeding in the area.
Captain Renee from Louisiana Delta Outfitters, thank you so much for taking us on our blast and cast adventure.
Yes, sir.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. We shot a lot of birds. I think
E10.
we caught a bunch of great fish: flounder, redfish, black drum, sheep's head, needlefish, catfish, speckled trout, and probably a couple that we're forgetting. But if you guys want to come down to a great outfitter in Louisiana for a unique experience, come down here and get a hold of Captain Renee. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. Stay tuned for next week's High Flying Adventures. Next week on Sporting Dog Adventures, we hit the fields of South Dakota on a late season wild pheasant hunt. And then we join my sons Clayton and Cole in a Wisconsin marsh for the Wisconsin Youth Waterfowl Weekend. Closed captioning provided by Hadel's Game Calls.
Are you looking for a puppy? Chocolate black or yellow?
Contact Soggy Acres Retrievers at soggyacres.com.
Quiet on set. Makeup! Oh wait, we're beyond help.
Everything you need is here under the sun.
Give me some beads.